What's up, YouTube? Team Primetime back with another video. Today I got you guys my first place undefeated Branded Shaddoll deck profile. This is something I kind of had in mind. Um, I took, so the day before this locals, I took regular, like pure branded, to a locals in Jonesville. I went X2, wasn't the best record. Um, and I didn't play Puppet or Nadir. Um, I just chose not to play it, have Puppet on me, but it's like whatever. And I noticed like half the time I was just bricking pretty hard. And like to me, like my ratios were clean. It looked pretty standard with a list without Nadir Servant. Had like 7 of the 1-ofs that you play, one of them including Dark Magician. Um, and just every like ratio you would see in a regular branded list, just with no Nadir and no Puppet. And I just kind of noticed myself breaking a lot, and I decided to play like more of the Shaddoll version because I wanted to play Nadir Servant because I think Nadir Servant's a pretty good card, but I don't like playing it in regular branded because I feel like it doesn't give me enough value, even with playing Puppet. So I feel like playing Nadir with Shaddoll kind of gives me more value off of it, on top of it kind of making the process of me wanting to um, lock my opponent out of playing a little bit easier and simpler. I feel like there's just less of a combo path I have to go through. So I chose to play this. I just had this on my mind for a little while, especially with the Shaddoll cards like Shaddoll Fusion picking up in popularity in the format right now to combat the fire meta. I was like, why not try to play a deck like this and utilize the Shaddoll cards the best I can? And this deck was honestly insane. I went 3-0. I played against Fire King Tri Brigade. I played Pure Laralusk with a Harvey Feather Duster lockout, and um, I played against Dinos, and I actually played through some very like almost unbeatable boards. So, and this deck just went insane. I lost 90% of my dice rolls and still went 2-0 every single round, and this deck just really amazed me. I didn't play that much non-engine either. It's a 47 card deck. The engine just was insane. And I'll just go. This is probably gonna be a longer video. I'm gonna go in depth in this profile to kind of explain everything. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So obviously, this is gonna be like this is still a branded deck. I just play a few different Shaddoll cards in the main deck and extra deck. So this is gonna be sort of standard. So I play 3 Oliver, 3 Fauna Albaz. It's fairly standard. You play 3, 3. But what's not standard is I'm playing 3 Blazing Cartesia. So this card, I honestly miss playing at 3. I was playing at 3 before. The standard list nowadays is like 3 Oliver, 3 Albaz, 2 Cartesia, and then 1 Quim. And I do play 1 of her. But the thing with Cartesia is I feel like the hands where you open a lot of monsters you can't utilize, like Ad Libitum, Tragedy, Dark Magician, Maximus, stuff like that. Cartesia kind of just simplifies the game by just summoning her and just making Dragonall, kind of giving you a way to just keep playing in a way, because the whole point of the deck is to fusion summon, so she at least gives you something to do. And even playing her in the pure branded variant, I felt like this wasn't enough. So my issues were the other night playing pure branded was I just opened too many useless monsters. And even with Cartesia, Dump Dragonall, it just didn't feel like enough. It would just give me a branded and red setup, and that's it. And I feel like with playing Shaddoll cards, and I do play a couple, making this and dumping Shaddoll App Cologne can kind of help you get to a window lock. And if you use a certain monster like Tragedy, you at least can get like a starter or something to utilize as well. So I just feel like this card is just very valued. to me right now. I feel like this card's just too good not to play less of in this build. It's just such a great card. It's kind of like the new Patchwork engine. Just feels a little bit less bricky. And then like the one-ofs, one McCurrier, one Shrouded Dragon. Still playing the Death Sphere monsters. Add a little bit of just an insane card to recur your fusions. This Mirror Jetting 2 or 3 times in a turn is crazy to me. You play your Bestials, and then I'm not playing Maximus, I'm not playing the Puppet Lock, I'm not playing Dark Magician, at least not in the main. I actually chose to play Shaddoll Beast and Shaddoll Dragon. So the reasoning behind this is I don't play Maximus because Voiceless Voice and Branded is pretty famous in the meta right now. So like Maximus Blind First is pretty bad. And I feel like these cards are less of bricks, honestly. And the thing with playing Dragoon in the main, summoning Dragoon off Branded Fusion doesn't always feel great because I feel like I don't get as much value off of it. And you only really need to summon Dragoon against decks that play Shifter because that's your best fusion to summon under Shifter. So you don't really need it unless you run into those situations. And the Puppet, even though it is a win con, I feel like if your opponent lets the Puppet Lock go through, you might as well just go full Branded combo anyways without it. Because even with the Puppet Lock, Branded still loses to the same thing it normally loses to as if you wasn't playing it. So I feel like, you know, it doesn't really matter. I just feel like prioritizing these and just, you know, taking advantage of this being able to destroy spells and traps, this drawing cards, and just making some like other cool fusions like that do stuff is just nice. And just having like a cool main deck way to make Winda if you wanted is kind of nice too. So this was nice. I really enjoyed it. And then the spells, that's for monster count. 3 opening, 3 branded fusion. Standard. 1 lost, 1 red. And I'm also playing 2 branded and high spirits. This is probably the MVP branded spell in the deck. This card was insane for me today, and I'll tell you why. My game 2 against the Fire King Tribe guy, my opponent flipped no fusion area on me, or non-fusion area. Basically a continuous trap that says neither player can fusion summon. And, I thought it would be the end of me. But I managed to stall for a couple turns, and I opened this and this together. And I went high spirits in the draw phase, revealing Oliver, which is a fairy. And I sent Shaddoll Construct to the graveyard since that is a level 8 fusion with 2500 defense. And I sent this and then added like an Albaz monster. And then used Construct's effect to Foolish Burial Shaddoll Dragon to destroy the floodgate in the back. And it was just so insane. Being able to just abuse interactions like that by having cards like this in your extra deck is just really, really good. It kind of gives me a nice, comforting, consistent out to getting rid of certain floodgates I don't like Summon Limit or Chaining to Anti-Spell. So it's just super insane. And I feel like if your opponent doesn't know what you're doing, especially if they know you're playing Branded, they won't hit this. So they won't ash this or anything, so they'll let it go through. So it was pretty good. Not a lot of people see High Spirits come. High Spirits is just a crazy card. And then I play 3 Fusion deployments, as well as 3 Nadir Servants. I really like Nadir Servant better in this build because I feel like the sending Shaddoll cards is just nice. Gives me another engine to kind of play with, new options and stuff. So, and then of course I play the 3 thrusts. If you can't afford thrusts, Crossout Designator is not bad. You just have to play hand traps on top of that. But I really did like this because we play a lot of power spells in this build. So then Fusion Duplication. I actually copied. You can copy Super Poly off of this since it's a quick play. I copied Super Poly against a Dino player and with this card, and it was just really insane. 2 tactics, 1 foolish burial, more consistency. 3 super poly, really the only board breaker besides talents that I play. This card's insane. I actually saw it a couple times today. Put in a lot of work. And then I also play Retribution and Shaddoll Schism. I wasn't happy with playing 3 different traps, but I actually didn't open not single one today, so it was fine. Extra deck, so I play App Clone and Winda. I play Construct and Aside. The extra deck was just really tight in this deck, so I chose to just play the going first stuff over anything, because I still have ways of going second through Super Poly and just as strong as the Branded engine is. But games 2 and 3, when I go second, I'll take this out for Construct, because this is just not that great going first. And then Aquilon's just really, really good. Play Queritus, Gragonol, really the only Despies I play in the main. I played 3 Cartesia, but 1 Gragonol was fine. I only need to resolve it once. I can Cartesia, Fuse, and other stuff, so. Guardian Chimera, still insane. I almost cut this card, but it came up too much to make, so this card was just really good. I feel like in this build you make Predaplant a lot more for some reason. Still play Super Poly targets. This card's just really good. I feel like you need to play these, at least Mud Dragon. And then the Albaz fusions, so 2 Albion, 2 Mirror Jade. This is gonna seem really weird, but I only play Sanctifier, Titanic Clad, and Lubellion. I do not play Renbrum. I didn't feel like I needed Renbrum. It was a hard cut because I know it's very standard in the Albaz deck, but you know, it was pretty fine, knowing that I could do other stuff with the Shaddoll stuff. I didn't really miss it that much today either, so it was fine. You really have to kind of pay attention to what all you're using in your extra deck to play this deck, because you can run low on resources very quickly. Now onto the side deck. So side deck's really weird. Something funny is every game I sided in and out, I sided out 10 cards and sided in 10 cards. 1 card in the extra deck and 9 cards in the main deck. I'll swap out every game. It was just really funny. So play 1 construct. Actually, I play 1 aerial, 2 Shaddoll fusions. I only own 2. 2 was fine, so I wouldn't worry about getting a 3rd. And I can thrust into this, so it's fine. But this is more just like towards the fire meta. You know, you send this and another Shaddoll monster, make App Clone, and then this banish 3. So Shaddoll fusion, just really good board breaker. You just swap this out with Winda, and it's just like a better going second card than Winda, so it's pretty nice. And yeah, I mean, I play the Dragoon stuff because if I run into shifter decks, this is the only fusion you can really make to kind of, that's best. I just don't feel comfortable maining it. So 1 Masquerade for Time. I wanted to main it, but I couldn't find the space. 2 Eradicator. I was going to play 3, but I had to cut some room for the side. I didn't actually see this card today. It was kind of a bummer. And then Evenlies, and you know, I saw these today. These were really insane. You know, you beat Floodgates, and then same thing here, play through anti-spell and just like blow your opponent out. The thought here is, you know, I'm not really trying to kill my opponent's turn, but at least just really try to keep them from any board breakers out of their hand. I was just trying to get any powerful like lightning storms and stuff like that, just get that out of their hand so they can't, you know, board break me to death. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to show the side ends real quick so you guys kind of see. So every single one of my games that I went second, I would cut this. I didn't want to. I think it came up one time where I kind of missed it, but like, I don't want to open any bad names going first that I can't really utilize that much. So I'll cut these. I think I'll cut this. I would even cut 3 Nadirs because Nadir's not that great going going second. So that's 3, 6, 7, 8, and I'll cut one more. I even cut the McCurrier, which I did miss a couple times, but like I said, I want to open no useless monsters. And this can also be matchup dependent as well. You can even cut this, or maybe cut Call by the Grave or something. Really, it's really matchup dependent, the last few. But this is what I normally cut, just so I can put my board breakers in. And then my side ends would be, and then I would side out the window as well to put in construct. So that's 10 side out, and my side ends will be these, this, and then like this, floodgates, you know. So that's 3, 6, 9, 10. So this would be my side end normally. And then going first, really you just keep all this stuff in, and you just find room for these essentially. Like I said, it's also matchup dependent. These are more of the going first cards. I mean, your whole deck is really just ready to go first, but it's also strong enough to go second. You really just shit all off your opponent, and if he plays a lot of spell and traps, or if you know he's going to put in certain board breakers, you just put these in. You could probably cut you might can cut a talents and maybe a Shaddoll Beast or something like that, just to put these in, try to open them. It's not too bad. And yeah, if you guys got any more questions, if you want to know, if you want to see like a combo video on it, this deck doesn't really have a set combo, but I mean, like, there are routes you can go to make a pretty good inboard. You know, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll gladly do some test hands with this. And yeah, I'll probably keep working on it and see what all I can do to improve it. So